Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Heyo, today you're joined by me, Daniel, and also you're joined by Daniela Nov
Naumovski.
Naumovski, Naumovski, so you say it?
Naumovski.
Awesome. You can check their work out at Daniela_n.artstation.com. Also you have a Instagram as well,
Yep.
at Danny Naumovski, which is weird because I looked on your website and then I followed that Instagram and it led me to some other ones Instagram on
Oh,
ArtStation.
yeah. Mine's just like Danny under Naumovski for my other art, like hobby drawings. But yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it led to some other one on the ArtStation, so I was like, hey, that's not you. Uh, but yeah. But I'll leave those links down in the description for anyone who is interested. Anyway, um, yeah. So, welcome today.
Thank you for letting me have an opportunity to go on your channel and just have a chat. Like my first time doing anything like this. But yeah, a big thank you for letting me do this.
That's awesome. I'm happy to talk with anyone really. It's a great opportunity just to meet new artists and friends and um,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, get to know how being an artist is in the other side of the world or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's just great. Um, so yeah, tell me a bit about yourself.
Um, Well, I was a traditional artist, then I turned to digital art 3 years ago, as I was studying an advanced diploma at the Academy of Interactive Entertainment back in Sydney. And then I decided to further my studies in Adelaide, and do a bachelor's degree at CDW and Flinders. I
Awesome.
love
Yeah.
drawing animals, creatures, 3D sculpting, cartoons. I'm just like a kid on the inside, basically. But yeah,
We quite kind of all am, all us artists like we just love drawing and creating stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, what's got you interested in 3D?
Um, I think just my love in for video games. I'm a huge fan of Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed, and
Hmm.
I just I'm still new to the whole 3D modeling thing, by the way, but I love it. It's new and I feel like it's such a growing industry.
Hmm.
But it's mostly just my love for video games.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's pretty cool. I've dabbled in 3D, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my cup of tea. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
understand.
It's interesting to kind of do something new and then be like, oh, I can do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. But do you mainly do 3D now, or what's your?
Um, I used to do a lot of 3D back at AIE,
Hmm,
but mainly just 2D drawing at the moment. But
awesome.
I really like combining the two, so I
Hmm,
do like a sculpt and then I'll paint over it.
awesome.
But yeah, at the moment I love doing both, but mostly drawing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great technique to have. If you can use 3D to,
Yeah,
it can save you a lot of time.
yeah, absolutely.
Hmm. I mean, for me, I think it would take me a bit of time to kind of get to that stage.
Yeah,
Um, I enjoy though figuring it out in a 2D platform, a 2D way. Um, but yeah, maybe one day I could give it a go.
yeah, it does take a while to like pick up. Like I remember when I first picked up like 3D modeling or sculpting, and I was just crumbling away. Like I wasn't the best at it, but it definitely takes practice,
Hmm.
passion. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta play around. Like I think, um, back when I started, I think I created a robot. It was the robot of one of my favorite bands, Silverstein's album cover. And I was like, oh, I've
Yeah.
got to create this. So I ended up like I'd probably come home after school, probably spend like half an hour, 2 hours nearly doing it every night or something. Um, just fiddling around creating this when I can. It was lots of fun, and then eventually, I did my own I did this mech design that I got out of a book as well. I got that and I designed that in 3D. And I was kind of getting more interested in like creating the texture and how to kind of texturize everything.
Yeah,
And then
textures are definitely tricky. Like, oh, I think that's just one of my weak points, but I'm slowly getting there. But yeah, like textures are definitely tricky.
hmm, yeah, it's a bit of play. I mean, for me, I was using Blender, and
Yeah,
that's got a lot. There's a lot online that you can be like, metal texture, and you can find ways and how to do it and things like that. Um, and it's the same for kind of painting and creating things as well. There's all that knowledge online or even through books and
yeah,
libraries. There's all that information's there. It's the time and the effort of
yeah,
you gathering all that information. Yeah.
yeah. Like, I feel like we have so much resources now than back then. Like, there's so many like online books and stuff that I wish were when I started out drawing.
Hmm.
So we're pretty lucky to have all these resources at our fingertips.
Hmm. Yeah, we're definitely a lucky generation. I was kind of though,
Yeah,
um, I was just getting into the internet when I was growing up, so it wasn't until I was like maybe 10ish, um, when we actually had like an internet connection, um, kind of things. And these days,
wow.
there's so many, kids on the tablets, like 6 or 7 years old, and
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
hmm, we start learning as soon as they, you know, get something like that, learning that kind of stuff if they want. Yeah. Awesome. I see. Yeah, looked at your Instagram. I see that you do. There it's definitely different to your art station. There's
Yeah.
a lot of 2D paintings. I was like, oh my gosh, why isn't this, why isn't it on your art station?
So I'm just separating my hobby stuff from my professional
Hmm.
portfolio. So
Okay.
most of the stuff on my Instagram I just do for fun, like mostly for my Redbubble shop.
Hmm.
And some of it's just like personal commissions and yeah, I'm still clearing up my portfolio at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to like separate what I do for fun compared to what I want to present to a studio or yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Maybe could make like another portfolio with that kind of work. Um,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
I feel like because yeah, a lot of people are liking my animal skull and skeleton series, like the colorful ones. It's the reason why I opened up a Redbubble store.
Hmm.
But I'm really enjoying doing them a lot lately. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I've seen some of those. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hmm. For
It's funny
me,
because like it's funny because like yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, so what type of stuff do you draw? I'm like, I just draw skeletons, skulls, and but it's not like the dark, creepy way. Um, I like to shed a bit of light on that sort of stuff by putting like colorful colors.
hmm,
Um, just something that just pops out to the human eye, I guess. But yeah,
hmm, awesome. Yeah, bit of touches, and it's helpful because you learn while you draw it. You know, it's helpful to
Yeah.
learn that, learn the skeletons and the things that really create a creature. Um,
Yeah.
it's good that you're shedding light on that. Yeah.
Thank you.
I quite enjoy doing that too. Like we used to have this drawing group when I was in Wanganui here in New Zealand. I was living there for a couple of years, and we went to the museum. They had a museum group, and we'll go there, and every month they would draw a certain type of thing. They'll bring out some things from their underground galleries. So
Yeah.
some taxidermed things. I think it's called taxiderm. Um, when you like stuff animals, some of that.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's what
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah, so they had a lot of, lots of stuff. They had some possums. They had like lizards, all sorts of animals that were just amazing. And it wasn't just taxidermed animals, but we also had um, skeletons and bones that were brought out that weren't usually on display. Um, some of
That
them,
sounds pretty cool.
yeah, it was amazing, like just to sit there with a group of people just to draw, all these things. Like I think one time it was like um, old utensils, like what would have been an olden day like microwave kind of a thing, like old
Yeah.
contraptions that they used in the kitchens. Um, some of them, we do use like egg beaters and things like that, but there's more of those that we don't use anymore, um, which is interesting to dig up and see and draw them.
It sounds really interesting. Like, yeah, I think it's super important that we, like, as artists, we learn from the real world. Like, we reference everything from real life.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then we just kind of just break the rules of art from that.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to learn before we can kind of do our own thing with
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, like learn. For instance, I think um, like with me painting and drawing grass for years, um, I,
Oh, grass
you
is
know,
difficult.
yeah, yeah. Um, I kind of have gone through a lot of tutorials and things on how to draw them. Drawing them in pencil, drawing them in paint, or painting them in paint, and then digitally painting it. Um, using there are some brushes out there that you can use to draw and paint grass. But in the end, take all that and kind of do my own method, the way that
Yeah.
feels comfy. And then there's also, the added bonuses on top. Like for instance, with my book, I've had to paint grass at night time. um,
Oh dear.
and also having light shine on it. So that's
Yeah.
been another challenge on top. Learning how to do it, draw it, and paint it in different um, scenarios.
Yeah. Light is definitely difficult. Like, oh, it's something like I'm still learning, especially on creatures, like due to the like different furs and textures they have. Because yeah, it's definitely difficult.
Hmm. Yeah, it is definitely challenging. you know,
Mm,
I do though I find it easier to break it all up, so forget all the texture and everything, and
yeah,
just go black and white tone,
yeah.
um, and then from there you add the extra texture, and that's the kind
Mm.
of the way I approach it. Um, yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I see that you've used quite a few software. or
Yeah.
softwares to create. Um,
Yeah.
um, yeah. What's your favorite?
Oof, that's hard. My top, I can't really nail it down to one, but my top softwares that I love using is ZBrush
Mm,
and Photoshop.
awesome. Yeah.
And then next up for production, I use Maya for like rigging, animating, topology, and
Mm,
then I use Marmoset for rendering if I just want to pose.
awesome. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And for traditional, what's your favorite medium?
Oh, I love using Copic markers,
Awesome.
Prismacolor pencils.
Mm,
Yeah, I just grew up with a pencil in my hand. I never.
awesome. Yeah, I loved Prismacolors. I've got
Oh,
um,
Prismacolors are the best. Highly recommend.
yeah, definitely. I did it for years, like Prismacolor, um, and that's what I always do is just Prismacolor.
Yeah,
And
like the
then
pigmentation
yeah,
on it's so beautiful.
mm, there's so much variety too. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I collected all the colors, and I don't think I've used all of them. Um, there's probably like 20% of the colors that I haven't like used.
Yeah.
Um, I may have tried to use them or like played around, but probably haven't used quite a bit of them. Um,
Yeah, I mainly use the ones that I quickly run out is black and white because I use them for blending.
mm,
So yeah, I just wanna run out of black and white super quick, but other than that, it's just I still have so many pencils left over that I haven't used. So yeah, Prismacolor. I love Prismacolor so much. Like, it's just so exciting.
yeah, yeah. Weiss was definitely the one I was running out of like most of the
Yeah,
time. Um, I think went through quite a few whites in my time.
yeah.
But yeah, white's really useful for blending and things like that. Have you tried any like other techniques of blending?
I tried using a colorless pencil.
Mm,
Um, it's okay, but I think I just need to learn how to use it more. Like, it's a bit rough,
mm,
so that's why I like to stick to using black or white. But I do recommend using a colorless pencil if you want to blend two
mm,
different colors. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to, because I feel like it's not as waxy as the Prismacolors.
mm. Definitely.
But yeah,
Yeah, it is a useful tool I used to use it every now and again. Um,
yeah,
but like you said, it is a bit rough. Um,
yeah,
but it does blend it together without lighting it.
yeah.
Yeah, lighting it too much.
I normally use it to darken colors as well,
Mm,
but it is a bit rough.
yeah. But it does also, if you're using a different kind of um, paper, stock or card or whatever you're drawing on, um, it does help with if you're using, Blender tool to kind of use something a bit thicker for the Blender tool,
Yeah,
just because, yeah,
yeah.
how rough it can be, um, because I can mention.
So how'd you like discover my art station and everything? Like how did we get to this point?
um, I was just scrolling through ArtStation really.
Oh,
Every now and again I just look through ArtStation. I do find artists that are interested in talking to, and just yeah get a hold of them. See if they'd be interested in anything like that. Every now and
yeah.
again, yeah, and sometimes I see them in videos or other places. And I'm like, oh, I want to talk to them. It'll be interesting. I thought,
That sounds pretty cool.
yeah, I saw your kind of 3D stuff. I was like, oh, I'd be
Yeah.
interested to kind of talk about that a little bit more because I haven't had, a lot of 3D artists. I haven't really chatted with
Yeah.
many. So different kind of aspects, but it's really cool that you do a lot of 2D. I can see that in your Instagram and stuff like that, and you really enjoy
Yeah.
that. Um, yeah, it's awesome. Have you tried watercolor?
Oh, I haven't used watercolor in years, ever since I turned to Copic markers, because I feel like they're like watercolor
Hmm.
paints, but they obviously aren't wet like the watercolor paints. Um, but I just love Copic markers. Like ever since I switched to them, I haven't used any.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, they
Yeah.
are, you don't have to set up or anything with them. Get out your.
Yeah, they're just yeah, they're portable. They are pricey, but like I do believe you get what you pay for.
Mm,
And oh, I just love the pigmentation and the way the markers blend.
mm.
On top of that, I use the Prismacolors, the markers, and it just gives it that nice pigmentation and makes the drawing pop. Like they're such a really good combination.
Yeah, but I've seen some amazing art with that. Um, I think it's actually another artist called Daniel um, Circus, I think he was called, but he did amazing art with Copic markers. I used to be blown away every time I saw one of his pieces. Um, I haven't seen many of his art lately. I don't know um, where he's gone. I think he's still creating stuff as far as I know, but I just haven't seen his work lately. Um,
Yeah.
I'll just share it with you one day if I pump into it. But yeah, I've seen those Copic backers like cheaper versions at like $2 shops and stuff. So if there's anyone out
Yeah.
there that does want to give it a go, but don't want to spend all the money at the moment, nothing wrong with getting
Yeah.
some cheap versions of them.
Yeah,
Um,
it's really good to start off small, and if you really do enjoy it, invest in it.
hmm,
But yeah, I highly recommend starting.
yeah, exactly. You gotta start. I've definitely dabbled. I think there was these. They're called Chameleon Pins.
Oh,
Um,
I think I know them.
yeah, and they're like brush pens that you dab into this chamber and the color goes lighter or darker.
Yeah.
Um, and they're pretty cool. Um, but they are quite time consuming to like lighten it up
Yeah.
um, and then like for some of them the lightness didn't last that long, and then you have to do it like every couple of strokes or something. Um, So yeah, it didn't fit right with me. Um, but they were cool. They were cool these inventions and things.
Yeah. So I've been looking at your art and everything. I see that you like creatures as well, which really excites me. I feel like there's not many creature artists out there. How did you get into drawing? What got you into?
So for me, what kind of dragged me was my love for kind of animations and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to be, a Family Guy artist, that kind of field when I started. But I've really loved animals like all my whole life. Um, I've wanted to be a zookeeper before that. Um, and decided that it wasn't for me because I didn't want to really, open up animals or, um,
Yeah.
I like taking care of them like cats and dogs and interacting with animals and things like that. Um, like maybe a zookeeper would like to do that,
Mm.
take care of animals at the zoo or something like that. But yeah, and my passion of drawing really came out, and yeah, just I really love animals, so it was like, no brainer to just draw animals, draw um, as many as what I love seeing, what I love creating. Um, and then, on top there, I've got that, that funny kind of thing, like, um, I like to have fun with my characters and creatures,
Yeah.
um, tell stories and show funny things sometimes. I've got my pug series that I've done, um, that I dress my pugs up in certain ways, which is, funny-ish. But yeah, um, what drove you to kind of do creatures and characters?
It's kind of the same as yours. Like, I love animals. I grew up with a lot of yeah, I feel like I definitely, as a creature artist, I would like to give creatures and animals a voice. Whereas like characters already have a voice, like the personality and the character, but creatures don't really have that. So as an artist, you kind of want to just show it
Hmm.
through their features and appearance, and I think it's just yeah, I think it's such a cool idea to communicate creatures to humans. I love animals, so yeah,
Yeah, I think animals can have a lot of personality, um,
yeah,
and it's fun to bring that across. I'll bring that in your paintings and things like that, and it's the same when you get features or feelings from humans that you bring into animals or creatures. It's great to see. Some people do it really well. Um,
yeah,
they get maybe for me, there are some drawings or illustrations I've done where it might have been, someone I knew, um, you know,
mm,
my friend or my daughter or um, my family or someone that I know, and the feeling or just seeing them in some way, and I bring it into one of my paintings. It's yeah, it just brings life to it sometimes.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you're still studying or you finished?
I'm still studying. I'm in my first year of my bachelor's. It's a Bachelor of Creative Arts, Visual Effects, and Entertainment Design. So basically, just drawing for the entertainment industry, such as film and games. But I'm thinking of doing an honors degree just because I'm really enjoying the course.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would love to have done honors, but for me, I couldn't cope that way because I wouldn't have enough money to cope and everything like that with that. So I had to
yeah,
kind of go into the working force at the moment. Um, just working, trying to get into the industry as well. Um,
yeah,
and yeah, focusing on doing these YouTube videos and things like that. So um, yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed my course as well. I did I did two. I did a 2 year course and then a 3 year course. Um, so also there was that. I've done it for 5 years.
yeah,
I could keep going on for another couple of years. Um, but there's no stopping me in the future though. You know, um, in another couple of years, might go do my honors or something like that if I can, if it's possible.
yeah. That sounds good.
It's definitely here in New Zealand. It's kind of it's been kind of on the downfall, um, with studying and things like that. Uh, there's not as many art courses these days. Um,
Yeah,
and if they are, they're kind of like grouping things together. Um, for instance, like where I was in Wanganui, they used to have our course, um, and there used to be like different departments. There used to be like the wood carvings department, the glass department, um, glass blowing creative kind of thing, and the general art department as well. It seems like they're merging things together these days, and there's more push towards like the design and um, kind of online stuff at the moment as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm. But yeah, there are some great courses out there and great classes and things like that.
Yeah, I think you guys have weather workshops there, if
Yep,
I
yes we do.
remember. Yeah. Yeah, lucky. So yeah, I think that's something you could probably do. I think they have something with design and illustration there. I'm not too sure.
uh, yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
sometimes they have like open um like workshops and intern kind of thing sometimes going on,
yeah.
which is pretty cool to see, uh, creating, things like, weaponry for the hobbits or whatever like that.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I have kind of applied there for like creature designer, um, but I think they're mainly like 3D kind of a thing,
Oh, I
um,
see. Yeah.
going on. There is some kind of 2D, more digital painting stuff and things like that. But they definitely want you to know that kind of stuff as well. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, if anyone is interested in kind of Weta workshops, that kind of thing, yeah, do get into 3D and a bit more of that as well if you're wanting to do creatures and stuff for that. But yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm doing at the moment. I'm finishing off my children's book
Oh,
that
wow.
I'm
That's
creating.
actually quite exciting. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's been a good project to do. I just was like, I've got to do it. I've got to create this book and get it done. I really want to do it. And I kind of just started on leeway. It was like, oh, I'll just start it and do it and get underway. And was it like 1 year, 2 years later? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm still finishing off, but
What
it's
softwares do you use
for me, I'm
for
Photoshop.
drawing? Yeah.
Yeah, Photoshop. That's just easy for me to use. It's had its last update not too long ago. Um, so I was using like 2.19 version, and now they've updated it to 2.20 version, um, higher than that or something. And it's changing pretty good, I reckon. Um, I think with the 2.9 version, I was 2.19. It was slowly getting to crashing and things like that. Um, yeah, with my original computer that I had, I just had the oldish version. I think it was like 2.17 or something like that. I had on there, um, and that was just a license that I got for it, um, that I used that for. So it's like didn't have to update or anything like that. And I originally started on like CS4, like real old 2004 or 5,
Oh,
using it.
wow.
And I remember that was like 20 minutes to save something or crash here or crash there, But it was really cool to use. I really enjoyed it. Um, and it I just know my way around it, and there's so many cool tools in there that I mean, using other stuff like Sketchbook is fun as well.
Yeah,
But
sketchbook, yeah.
yeah, but for me, I just prefer Photoshop. It's what I know. Um,
Yeah.
it's what I
The whole
enjoy.
Adobe, yeah, the whole Adobe suite's pretty powerful. Like I do enjoy it. Like recently I got into Adobe Illustrator and After Effects for 2D animation, and just
Awesome.
the amount of stuff you could just do with it is incredible where softwares are heading nowadays. You could do so much in such little. But yeah, I recommend the Adobe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, I on my old computer I still have like Illustrator
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
but I don't use it now because I've got to pay for a license for that as well if I wanted that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's cool as well. It's more easier to do kind of um like flat designs and kind of yeah vector images and things like that.
Mm,
And that's why I used it for a lot of like my designing and um, some helpful things. If I needed kind of a portfolio design in a way, not just a
yeah.
painting. It would have been so good for this book, but at the moment, because I only have Photoshop on my computer, to design the whole book, I have to kind of use Photoshop for it, um, unless there is a free alternative out there, um, that I could use. But for me, I can just use Photoshop, so I use it, and it's gone so much better at that too. Like I remember back in the day, for using the type tool, it was really struggling because you'd create the type and everything, but on the second line it would like write it backwards, or something like that, or there would be these things where you cut and paste it, and when you paste it, it'll be backwards. Um,
Oh wow.
so it really used to bug me with the type tool in Photoshop used to be real bad. So, but now it's way better. Those tools for designing with it, they've got 3D capabilities now. Um,
Yeah.
which I think there was a new tool in there. It was like a lasso 3D selection tool. Um,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
and I was like, oh my gosh, they're building, really making you want it now with all these 3D capabilities, and things that you can try. Um, yeah, it's great. Awesome. Um, yeah, so you got probably another 2 years um studying to go to it. You still got this year, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Survived semester one so far, but yeah, I'm really loving the course. Like one of the best decisions I think. Yeah.
How is that going at the moment? Is it are you back at course or
So we just finished semester one, so we're on holidays now, but we finished the rest of the online. So for
okay?
semester two, we want to slowly get back to face in class.
Hmm.
Um, just because South Australia has been doing very well with the whole COVID thing, like we haven't had many cases here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's really good because I really did miss face to face in person.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's been alright for me because I'm at work at the moment, and because we're essential workers, we still have to go to work. So um,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I still interact with people at work, so I'm still going kind of outside, seeing people. Um, but it's the same thing too, like the same people every day, blah blah blah. So it's um, it would have been good to see friends and things like that during that period, um,
Yeah.
but it was still good to be able to see those guys and yeah, have some human interaction, and also doing these chats along the way. I've had a few chats with people.
That's really good. Like in these sort of difficult times, it's good to have something, having someone there for you and just chatting so you're not alone.
Hmm.
it's just been hell just being in the house all the time. So yeah, that's really good that you've been chatting. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's, we all are here as artists. Most of us
Yeah.
are kind of staying at home and painting and creating
Yeah.
stuff most of the time. Yeah. So there is, when you're kind of at home working, maybe as a freelancer or something, um, it's definitely different to going to studios and things like that. Um, Having a bit more face on face time.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So what do you hope to achieve with doing this course?
Um, I mainly joined this course to like sharpen my skills, just have a bit more knowledge in art fundamentals and stuff. So I'd just like to, when I finish the course, I like to have a better understanding of fundamentals and knowing how to draw and design, thinking about design, not just, making things look pretty.
Hmm.
I think it's super important. But yeah, that's my main thing I want to get out is just like know better about art design.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm always trying to get better
Yeah.
as I go along. Um, and yeah, I did for me with my course. I did get a lot out of it. Um, yeah, it's been amazing doing that. Were
That's
there
really good to hear. Yeah.
were there many like things you have to do before you got into your course?
Um, like, what do you mean by that?
Like did you have to submit a portfolio to get in or
Um,
anything like that?
yeah. For this one, they you had to submit an application, and then there's an application fee, and
Yep.
then they asked you a question, like a couple questions, like, why do you want to join CDW, and you had to answer them, and then that's when you submit your portfolio.
Oh, awesome.
But because I did previous uni before that, so I could do like credit transfer and stuff. So there's some stuff like I got to skip, just because I wasn't fresh out of high school. But
Yeah.
yeah, the portfolio submission comes like after like a couple questions, your application.
Awesome. I think with my course, the first one, I think you just had to kind of. I think there was a trial, or there was an interview. Yeah, interview where I brought kind of my work from school, so my design portfolio that I had there. Um, at the time, that was kind of me creating. I had this big artboard, um, of these characters that I created, um, for a band kind of a thing, and then after
Yeah,
that, getting into that school, we had to kind of do this whole big thing of creating a portfolio, and submitting that and sending that forward like on these nice like black artboards, and then send it to them, nicely cut out, nicely designed, glued on, blackboards, all nicely cropped and everything. Um, it took a bit of time to kind of get all that together and design all that. Yeah, but yeah, a bit of effort there. And there was this other thing too. We had to create a cutout. And we were like all getting ready to do this like 3D cutout design. I was creating one, and then like halfway through, it was like, you don't need to do that anymore. They don't require you to do it
oh my.
anymore. But it was fun. to do it though, so that's my thing.
Yeah, that's good that you found enjoyment though. Like it wasn't complete waste. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, thanks for joining me today.
No
Um,
worries. Like, thank you for inviting me and just having me on here and everything. Like, it was really cool. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, you most welcome. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you tuned in, you can check out Daniela's work here on her art station. Also, she does have her Instagram as well, Daniela Naumovski, if you'd like to check out more of her other works there too. Um, awesome. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.